This is our group's presentation on Ace Cash Express, which this is a company that operates as a payday lender and it represents one of the main examples of an alternative or fringe banking product. I'm Jarrett and I'm presenting today along with Mackenzie, Paul, and Andrew. This is for our bank regulation product under Dr. Reese, and we'll be focusing on how payday loans like those offered by Ace function, what fees and regulations apply to them, and how they differ between states such as Georgia and Florida. We're going to start by looking at how payday loans operate in Georgia, followed by Florida, and then we'll break down some real transaction examples and we'll include the fees, benefits, and even the regulatory oversight involved. Thank you for listening.
Payday loans are generally illegal in Georgia. Some payday loans are allowed in Florida but are strictly regulated. Ace Cash Express is located in Jacksonville, Florida.
Here is our outline for our presentation. First, we have the brief overview of the company. Then we have the description of the transactions, first being the exact amount of money borrowed, and second being the proof of income. Then after that, we have the summary of the major terms of the contracts. And then after that, we have the amount and the timing of all the fees payments associated with the transactions. Continuing from the last slide, we have next is the summary of benefits of the transactions. And finally, we have the state and or federal regulators responsible for monitoring the specific alternative financial service.
Founded in 1968, ACE offers a broad range of financial services, including short-term loans, card services, cash checking, money transfers, bill payments, and money orders. Once a publicly traded company, Ace Cash Express has been a privately owned company since 2006. There are over 950 locations across the United States.
Okay. Here's the description of the transaction. The amount borrowed is $300. There's no collateral required, and all you need is proof of income or employment. However, employment is not mandatory.
14 days is the length of transaction. There's a $45 origination fee, no collateral required for this loan. Since the Florida law limits the interest in terms of payday loans and requires payday loan lenders to comply with other rules that protect consumers, there are no defaults or penalties, but there is a 400% APR.
Slide 10 shows the amount and the timing of the fees for our example payday loan through the ACE company. Our loan began on September 1st when the borrower received $300 in cash. It was scheduled to be repaid on September 15th, which would make it a 14-day loan period. Our company charges a 10% finance fee on the loan amount, which comes out to $30, along with a $5 verification fee. That's required under the Florida law. You have to check the borrower's eligibility in the state to make sure they qualify for these payday loans. And altogether, our total cost of the loan is $35 in the fees, meaning the borrower will owe $335 at the end of the 2-week period. This shows you how even a short-term payday loan can carry a really high cost so you have to be very careful with them. Slide 11 just gives you a detailed breakdown of the fees and the charges in our sample here. As you can see, the borrower received a $300 loan the 1st of September. ACE charged an advance fee of $30, which is a 10% finance charge allowed under the law. There's also a $5 verification fee, which covers the cost of checking the state database to make sure the borrower doesn't already have another payday loan. As you can see here, the loan is also due on September 15th, 2025, which that makes it a 14-day loan. During that period, the interest rate is effectively 10%, meaning the borrower paid about $30 in finance charges, plus the $5 verification fee. That's where we got the total of $335. So you have the loan and the fees.
Here are some key advantages of payday loans. Applications are usually processed within the same day, meaning you can get your money within minutes or hours, depending on the place. And the requirements to get these loans are simply just your ID, your proof of income, and a bank account. And since You can get your money within that same day. You can use it for emergencies.
Federal regulators involved in payday loans are the Truth in Lending Act, also known as Reg Z, and the CFPB Payday Lending Rule. Next, for state regulators, that's going to be the Florida Office of Financial Regulation, specifically the Consumer Finance Division, and the local regulator is the City of Jacksonville Office of Consumer Affairs. Diving a little bit deeper into the federal regulators, the specific requirements for TILA/Reg Z is that it requires lenders to disclose all terms to the consumer, including APR, fees, total cost, etc., including on advertisements. The CFPB payday lending rule requirements specifically regulate payday, vehicle title, and certain high-cost installment loans, and this requires lenders to assess a borrower's ability and eligibility to repay before lending to that person. The Florida Office of Financial Regulation, specifically the Consumer Finance Division, requires licensing for all payday lenders, and they must be licensed through the OFR's Division of Consumer Finance. As for transaction and fee requirements, the max loan amount is $500 per transaction. The max fee is 10% of the loan plus a $5 verification fee. The loan term can only go up to 31 days. And eligibility, lenders must verify borrower eligibility in the statewide deferred presentment database.
Payday loans are generally illegal in Georgia. The exceptions are if a loan is made by a Georgia licensed industrial loan lender, or if a loan is made an out-of-state FDIC insured bank and its agent in Georgia does not receive most of the profits. Loans can be easy to obtain in states where they are allowed. The fees are extremely high compared with other options, and special rules apply if the borrower is active duty military.
If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can go and reach out to Dr. Reese to contact us.
Thanks for watching our presentation.